Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to do a video I found this topic very intriguing. It's the correlation between body weight gain and eating out. And this is kind of a, this is a kind of a reality check and a gut check, if you will, no pun intended, on eating out. Now this is something I'm very aware of, but it's really fascinating when you can find some research to kind of put, a more concrete conclusion on it. So this first picture we're looking at is obviously this is a meal at a restaurant. These are 3 sandwiches. You got white flour right there, which is going to spike blood sugar. You've got a little bit of green, just a little, and then you've got, it looks like some sort of a meat-based salad, whether it be tuna or whatever, and then maybe a little bit of bacon or ham on the bottom. And then you have in the back, you've got some fried zucchini fries with some sort of probably high-calorie, sugar-fat dipping sauce. So you take a perfectly good vegetable and you bread it and fry it. It's a perfect example of why the research is showing a correlation with, well, it's pretty obvious, but you're going to see this cool correlation graph. Here, this is a very popular restaurant. This is a steak. You got some butter, probably a garlic butter sauce right there, and you've got some lobster with whatever that is on top, which, I mean, that would make any vegan cringe, but even someone, I don't know, but if I wasn't a vegan, I would still cringe at that. And I was actually non-vegan for a long time, so I can say that. This just looks completely unappetizing to me. Now here's the graph, guys. Here's the relationship between adiposity, which is basically body fatness, and the frequency of eating at a restaurant. So as the frequency increases, so does the percent body fat. Isn't that something? And this is from McCrory et al., and this is published in the Obesity Research in 1999. And by the way, all these studies will be down below in the video description for your convenience. So I found this graph very telling and compelling. Now here we have some chips, and then you got some chicken, fried chicken fingers and a dipping sauce there. Just another processed meal at a restaurant that's just going to add pounds to people's waistlines, and that's why we have this obesity epidemic to begin with. I mean, this is just compounding the problem, and it's deeper than that. In fact, if you look at the card I'm about to pop up there on What the Health, it's kind of all stemmed on that. You have a food industry that's fighting for your dollar, and so they really don't care about your health. All they care about is keeping their business going. And I think that's sad, and it's a tragedy. And I think we should, as a community, empower each other with this video and say no, to say enough is enough. Like, give us better options. Foods that still taste great but aren't adding to our waistline. Here we have pasta. Once again, you have a processed flour. Pasta is basically pulverized flour that's been made into this. So this is basically a grain. It's the same grain that they make white rice in. They take the flour and they make this pasta out of it. Then you've got all that cheese on top. You've got hardly any kind of vegetation, just as a garnish. You know what I mean? So, and then in the background, what is that? Well, whatever that is, it's no good either. Here you have this just robust, rich. In fact, I think this is a picture from New Orleans, and I know New Orleans is known for its food, but I'll be honest with you, it's as gluttonous and as rich as it can get. And I know, to me, that's an overplay on taste and a complete overlooking or underplay on health. Now, New Orleans is getting much better. There are a lot of plant-based restaurants that are opening up and restaurants that are becoming healthier. And I also think putting the calorie content on menus is also a big benefit. But here, I don't even want to look at this picture anymore. All right, so here's an article I found online, guys, where they found that restaurant meals can be just as bad as your waistline as fast food. Look at this fascinating, these bar graphs here. Obviously, at home, you're going to consume less calories, less fat, less cholesterol, and less sodium. Fast food, of course, it's going to be higher calories and fat and cholesterol and sodium. But look at restaurants. Actually, in some cases, worse than fast food. More cholesterol, higher sodium, fat content's almost neck and neck, and so is the calories. So, in a sense, eating out at a restaurant is like eating at a fast food joint. Here we have a breakfast. Look at that. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Well, let me just go ahead and break it down for you. You've got fried bacon, which the World Health Organization has come out against processed meats and a significant increased risk of cancer. That was their statement. They reviewed over, I think it was like 700 studies, and they came out and made those statements. That was in 2015. One of my clients actually mentioned that at World Health Organization press release, and she said that was a game changer. So, and then you've got the eggs, which is controversial all in and of itself, and you got 2 yolks. So even if someone were trying to watch their cholesterol in this meal, you're good luck. Then you've got a stack of, so now this is Dr. Furman saying, you're mixing the sweets with the meats. That's like pouring gasoline, you know, over a fire. It just creates a fire of inflammation in the body. You have high glycemic carbs with a potent IGF-1 elevator of the bacon, and then you've got the cholesterol with the eggs. And oh, if you look way in the back, you've got a little bit of fruit there, a little bit of kiwi and grapes. That might actually buffer some of the negative, it wouldn't negate it, but it might help it, but I don't think it will actually. So let's move on. Here we have a famous andouille shrimp po' boy from New Orleans. That's just got cholesterol written all over it, and just a gluttonous obsession of fatness. And that's it, guys. So hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. Again, I encourage you to look at the studies below, and feel free to share this video, guys. And also, here's a video as to why I eat the way I eat, and I break it down into science. And someone asked me just recently, one of the trainers saw me with a Whole Foods bag, because I usually get my lunch at Whole Foods, and he's like, you live at Whole Foods. And I was like, well, you know, if the world would catch up with modern nutrition, I wouldn't have to. You know what I mean? And that's true. The world is so far behind in modern nutrition. And again, it kind of goes back with what the producer of What the Health is saying about the hands and the money pot in terms of all these the food industry. In fact, even Michael Pollan's In Defense of Food, which I just saw recently. Not only did I see, I'm reading the book, but I saw the DVD, and he actually talks about this issue with the food industries and how there's this, you know, this kind of like jockeying for position and to get, you know, and using nutritionism is what he refers to it. And I may make a video on his book, but thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the like button. Tune in next time.